came to farming not intentionally. I was just trying to have a more wholesome, earth-based life. We started with a wheelbarrow that someone gave me and a shovel. I had a couple piles of compost, some fertilizer, and some seeds. That's it. I started growing things in my backyard, and then of course one thing led to another, and then that turned into a little garden, which then ended up blossoming into a farm. It's not like I was a natural when I came to this. I just had a lot of passion and a lot of excitement, but I really didn't know what I was doing. There weren't a lot of resources when I started. I had a lot of struggles trying to get information and find my way, and a lot of it was I just had to learn the hard way. I've probably made every mistake that a person could possibly make when it comes to farming and growing things. I have killed probably tens of thousands of plants over the many years I've been growing. I've over-fertilized, I've under-fertilized. We've had insect pressure, and I made so many mistakes, and I was like, I loved it, I was so excited about it, but I didn't have any experience. I would just go sit in the flower field after they left and just cry because I felt like a total failure. As time has gone on, I've found that challenges and setbacks and mistakes don't mean that you're not on the right path. I wanted to share some of my biggest lessons in hopes that it might inspire you to cut yourself some slack or know that what you're going through or what you're about to go through is totally normal and it's part of the process. And if you could just be kind to yourself as you go along, it'll be so much more fun. As I got better at what I was doing and I got more experience, then my confidence started to grow. And as my confidence started to grow, my garden started to grow. The point when I actually knew that I was on the right path, it was the impact that the flowers were having in other people's lives is what really clued me into like, this is what I want to do. This is something that is worthy of a lifetime worth of work. Like this matters. So that's where the farming course came from. It was just a desire to share what we know in hopes that other people can kind of skip past all of that pain and suffering and have an easier time of it, and a need in the world for this information. So nobody ever believes me that really this little business has grown out of my side yard and the neighbor's soccer field, but it's true. So I'm going to. When we first created the course, we were still growing on a small 2-acre plot, our backyard and like a little field off the side of our house. And this course profiles everything that we were doing at that time. There's nothing fancy in it. There's no big greenhouses or barn or land. Then we've got just a regular old riding lawnmower. This helps us keep the grass down. I so deeply believe in working with what you have and not going into debt and growing slowly and building over time and not just like scaling to meet demand. So everything that this course is about and rooted in is those lessons that we learned along the way. And then this is it's our garage, aka the studio. It's almost like taking away all that pretty magic in these sweeping fields and kind of tearing it back and being like, nope, it's our garage. Nope, it's our backyard. It's the greenhouse we could afford that year. So it gets freaking hot in there. So you can make a go of this even if you're starting with absolutely nothing. I love that. I just love that. And I very deeply believe in that. So we just want to encourage you to have fun, do the homework, be in the moment, trust your journey. And we're so excited to get into all the goodness that is in Module 1.
Okay, enjoy.
The course is broken down into 6 main modules. We start with one concept, and then we build on that concept, and then we build on that concept. The first module is really about kind of digging deep and figuring out what it is that you want and exploring your passion and your interests and your fears and, really getting to the heart of the why of it. So I'm really lucky here that it's very flat. My soil is in decent shape. I mean, it's very it's very fine and sandy, so I'm going to have to add a lot of organic matter to it. And then we start getting into the how. So then it gets into crop planning and figuring out how to make a seed starting schedule and succession planning and what kinds of flowers that you want to grow and how to extend your season. We get into greenhouse growing and hoop house growing, soil preparation, how to use landscape fabric, how to install drip irrigation. I mean, all the nitty-gritty nuts and bolts of growing flowers on a small scale.
It has this little bubbler, and this is
We also go into marketing and how to sell your flowers, how to have a presence online using social media and a newsletter and a website, like really how to lead with your best foot forward so that you can get the kinds of customers and clients that you're looking for that will pay you well for all of the hard work that you're putting in.
Jill started helping,
And it was just a couple hours a week. I love showing people how to do something quickly, efficiently, as painless as possible. So we go into picking flowers, sleeving flowers, bunching them, loading the van. This has everything.
In your course book, you'll find that there is a sheet that has a couple of different spots for you to write in potential locations. So the thing
from the very beginning, when we started figuring out what this course wanted to be, I knew that we had to have an actual course book. I wanted people to be able to hold something in their hands, real information with real paper. It's nearly 300 pages of all of my favorite plant lists and examples of a seed sowing schedule and tips and tricks for growing all different kinds of flowers, how to make a landscape fabric burning template, and how to build a low caterpillar tunnel, marketing resources, flower pricing, photography tips, where we get all of the things that we use on the farm, from farm supplies to bouquet packaging and stickers and website templates. I mean, it is so full of information, and it grows every year. Like, we add something to keeps evolving over time as we learn new things and find new sources. We just keep adding to the course book. It's very close to my heart. We poured a lot into that beauty, and it's awesome.
Because we're going to be talking about topics that can be a little bit sensitive, right? Like talking about money, talking about selling, talking about marketing.
Each week of the course, Jill and I sit down and take questions from students, and we do like a Q&A session where we answer things that they might have more questions about that came up in the course or that are very specific and particular to their own unique situation.
You'll be able to get one succession of zinnias because you have a very short season. So
and then we have the Learning Community, which is an online forum where all the students in the course, past alumni, and what we call our den moms, which are flower farmers that are kind of scattered throughout the country that we've known for many years, and they're very experienced.
All the stems are accounted for.
They're in there answering climate-specific questions and helping students like figure out how they can apply the material to their own needs.
All of our beds are 4x60. We plant everything in landscape fabric, and all the beds are prepped with...
It's a very comprehensive program, and you can take it at your own pace if you want to, or I would recommend that you go through the program with us, at least the first time around, so that you really have all of the support that we put in place.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to gently go in, and I'm going to pull out the extra ones, leaving just one, so that it gets all of the energy. But
whether it's a little tiny cutting garden in your backyard, or you want to actually start a big farm, or you're a florist that wants to start growing flowers to differentiate your design work, whatever it is that you want to do with flowers, this course will help you start from the beginning of that dream and figure out how to make a plan and follow it all the way through to have success. The two big takeaways that I hope for students from this course are confidence and courage to go after what they really want. And there is no one right way to go about your dream, and there is no one right dream. Like, that is unique and particular to you, and I want to help you uncover what that dream is and then put a plan in place to bring that into reality.